Hi, this is Stephanie, also known as Slipping Beauty on Makeup Alley. These are some of my favorite discontinued products from the favorite discontinued products tag. I'll start with the lip products. The first one, this is Revlon Super Lustrous Shiny Sheers. This is probably at least a few years old. It's a semi-sheer, really shimmery kind of peachy, pinky shimmer, almost like a tinted balm sort of thing, like MAC Slim Shine or something like that. But I think this came out before that. Obviously, it's a flank to this Super Lustrous line, as you can see by the packaging. The other thing is my favorite lipstick ever in the history of time. This is MAC Rubia. It was a really limited release from MAC about maybe 2005. I'm not actually sure. Yeah, it says AC5, and I think that the 5 indicates 2005. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's right. There's supposed to be a Viva Glam color that's similar to this, but I have tried it, and it's not really similar enough. But this is the thing that started my love affair with lipsticks. I'm not a big MAC lipstick fan in general. I only have a few of their lipsticks, but this is something I'm going to cherish forever because I do love it so much. And I wish they would bring it back. Obviously, I've used about half of it, so I've kind of stopped using it. But sometimes, like, you know, if it's a special occasion or, like, if I really need luck or a boost, I do use it. So I have an emotional attachment to that product for some reason. Next, I'll move on to cheeks. This is the NYC Blushable Cream Stick. They were recently discontinued, which is such a bummer because these are really nice. These are nice cream blushes. I mean, I love Illamasqua's cream blushes, or Stila Convertible colors, but this is at least almost as good, and, you know, obviously a fraction of the price. They didn't have a great color range, but it was a good performing product for me. This one's kind of a really bright summer coral peach color. And this one's called Pink Flash, by the way, if you didn't know the name of it. It's really, really sad that they discontinued these so quickly because it seemed like they were only on the market for maybe just a couple of years, so I'm pretty bummed about that. The other cheek product that I have is Wet n Wild Ultimate Minerals Loose Blush. They do still make the Ultimate Minerals Bronzer. Wet n Wild does still carry that, but unfortunately this blush has been discontinued. The reason I like this, first of all, I like the packaging a lot because it's got that little stop. It's actually easy to travel with. And because it's kind of a sheer mineral, it's buildable, so it's easy to have one blush to travel with. And then you lock it and nothing comes out. This one's called Barely Peach. It's sort of a brownish peach sort of muted color. I do like it a lot. Lastly, I have eyes. I'm mostly an eye product fan, so obviously I'm going to have a lot more favorite discontinued eye products. The first one is Trina Tarantino's Magic Hour Cream Shadow in Golden Shadow. These, I think, might have been like a holiday release or something. I ended up getting it on clearance at Sephora, and now I can't open the jar. Okay, I can't open the jar, sorry. As you'll see, it's just kind of a burnished antique gold. It's not khaki or green like some antique golds tend to be. I actually have a swatch on my hand that you can see there. It's a pretty decent representation of the color. And of course, since it's from Trina Tarantino, it's got a lot of shimmer and glitter in it. I do have also, this is the Sparklicity Gold palette. I don't think they were released at the same time, but obviously they're sort of part of the same theme. I think most of these shadows might have been permanent, but as you can see, they're very, very glittery. Look at that. I love especially the right pink shade, and then that top kind of ivory shade, and then the brown actually is really pretty too, but it reminds me a lot of NARS Galapagos, maybe just a hair lighter. But if I'm being honest with myself, I mostly bought this for the compact. I love the compact, so that's why I got that. But I do like the product as well. I also have this other one. This one is called the Starchild Odyssey palette, and I don't think these shadows were permanent. I think these are shadows that only existed for this palette, as you'll see there. They're actually like crazy pigmented with the exception of that lilac shade in the center. That silver on the side here is like literally having metallic skin. It's pretty amazing. And also I like this darker blue at the bottom. I don't have a lot of darkened or navy blues in my collection, so I'm happy to have that. And then there's that teal color, which I think has like a tiny bit of iridescence. I believe some beauty blog had a really pretty look that they did with this that sort of mimics the one that was on the cover. It's about 2 years old. I think it came out when they first started having Trini Tarantino at Sephora, so it's been around for a while. But I like it a lot, and I'm sad that that line is leaving Sephora, but I'm sad that that product is so limited. The other thing that I have, this is a Wet n Wild Mega Eyes trio, and it's called something mauve. I don't remember the name of it now. It's been a couple of years since these were discontinued. These were the ones that were the predecessors to the Color Icon line that's out now. And I do think these are just as good. I think, you know, the formula is obviously really different, but I did like a lot of the neutral ones. There was this one, I remember there was one called Egyptian Sands, and a couple of other ones. And of course there were the big palettes, the Sandcastle palettes, and lustrous neutrals and all those. And I have a couple of those as well, but obviously this I like a lot better just because it's a really great trio. I have blue eyes, and I think it's a really, really pretty trio. The bottom color is a really beautiful lid color for me. I like it a lot. But yeah, it says it complements green and hazel eyes, but it doesn't say the shade name, so unfortunately I don't remember exactly what it's called. The last thing is, probably everybody knows what this is, Urban Decay's Ammo Palette. I've had this for quite some time. I don't think I bought it as soon as it launched, but I bought it pretty quickly after it launched because I did go through a pretty long phase where I just adored Urban Decay. I'm not such a huge fan anymore just because my tastes have changed a lot and I've kind of found other eyeshadow formulations that I do like better. But I do still go to this palette sometimes just because it does have a lot of colors that I still really like in it. Smog and Maui Wowie are both two Urban Decay colors that I love a lot. And I like Shattered and Mildew a lot as well. Last Call gets some love from me, and so does Chopper. But obviously Sin is my favorite in this palette. When I worked overnight, I basically always just did a wash of Sin all the way up to the brow, a little bit heavier on the lid, and then just a liner, so maybe a colored liner, or maybe just a black liner. And that was my go-to look for about a good solid year. And this is probably the only eyeshadow pan that I've had in my whole entire life that shows pan. I usually use my products pretty lightly, so I don't usually hit pan. Even like blushes that I've had for 2 or 3 years or more don't have pan showing. Eyeshadows that I use almost daily don't show pan, so sorry, the cat is coming. She wants to be in the video. Say hi to Yuffie. Hi, Yuffie. Okay, go away now. Anyway, okay, so now that we've lost track of what we were talking about, yeah, I don't hit pan. So I have hit pan in this palette, but mostly I do like this palette. It's still good to travel with because it has enough neutrals and enough colors that you can mix it up a lot. And, you know, I don't think any of Urban Decay's more recent palettes really live up to this. You know, this is kind of their first palette where they really hit it out of the park, and this palette got so much hype. And, you know, then they went to the Book of Shadows, and, you know, they've evolved a lot from there. And Evolution is great, but I don't think they've ever really replicated a palette that's as usable. The only critique that I can say about this palette is that the pan size is really small, but it does give you a nice little package to travel with, so I guess I'll take that. But those are my favorite discontinued products. Thank you.